All right, underdogs, strap in, because this ain't no bedtime story. Showgun here, your guide through the abyss, and tonight we're diving head first into the fire. 30 minutes of unfiltered, uncut truth. You ready? Well, good, because the world's burning and we're the only ones that can douse the flames. Or we can fan them higher. Take your pick. We are white people, sons and daughters of Europe, blood of the West. A measly 10% of this spinning rock. That's if you count the Slavs and Damponginos, etc. 10%, yet we carved our names into history with steel and fire. Since 500 BC, 98+% of every damn thing that matters. Wheels, ships, guns, planes, the fucking internet, it's got our fingerprints all over it. Without us, the world doesn't just stumble, it falls into a black hole of oblivion. And don't you dare let some limp-wristed professor tell you otherwise. But here's the dirty little secret. We are dying, not with a bang, but with a whimper. Birth rates in the gutter, borders wide the fuck open, and a culture that's already spitting on our graves. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. That's not a catchphrase, that's a fucking lifeline. And the 88 precepts, that's a map to pull us out of the mud. David Lane wrote them in a cell, staring down the end. And they're sharper than any blade you'll ever hold.
What's this, another racist rant? You're gonna blame everyone else for your problems?
Racist? No. Well, yeah. But moreover, brother, sister, this is love. Love so deep it hurts. I don't hate the neighbors. I just love my family more. You want to talk blame? Look at us white folks tearing each other apart over gods and flags while the rest of the world laughs at us. That's on us. But stick around, skeptic. I just might make you a believer yet. Let's start with the basics. Any religion or teaching which denies the natural laws of the universe is false. Duh. Obviously. Nature's a brutal bitch. She doesn't care about your prayers or your politics. You think you're gonna change God's design? Good fucking luck. You'd have an easier time destroying a castle with a slingshot. And nature, that crazy bitch, she runs on strength, survival, and blood. And we've been ignoring her, pretending we're all the same, that equality is some sacred cow. Spoiler, it's not. Look at the stats. IQ gap, crime rates, invention count. White Europeans conquered continents while others were still rubbing sticks together. That's not luck. That's legacy.
Shogun, so what? You're saying we're better than everyone else?
Better? No. Different? Yeah. And damn proud of it. The instincts for racial and species preservation are ordained by nature. You can't ignore it. You feel it, don't you? That tug to protect your own, that's not hate, that's instinct. Every race has it. Blacks got their pride, Jews their covenant, and us? We're told to shut up and share. But I say hell no. We've got a right to exist, to thrive, to build a future for our kids. Everybody gets to freely pursue their destinies. In accord with nature's laws, there is nothing more right than preserving one's own race. Bottom line, there's nothing more important than survival. As a believer in heaven, in the quote-unquote afterlife, whatever you want to call it, I can feel I can hear the conscientious calling, nagging even, to ensure a future for our dying people. And that's the hill I'll die on. We're not just some random tribe. We're the architects of civilization. Rome, Athens, the Renaissance, the moon landing, white hands, white minds, white vape. Without us, the world's just a mud hut and a dream. And if we fade, good night, progress. Goodbye, destiny. You might be thinking to yourself, oh, Showgun, you're stuck in the past. The world's moved on. Globalism, diversity, that's the future. Globalism, diversity, cute buzzwords, friend. A people without a culture exclusively their own will perish. You want to melt us into some beige soup? Erase our edges? That's not progress. That's genocide by committee. Culture's our soul, our music, our arts, our wars. You strip that away and we're ghosts. 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 Can anyone say ghosts without sounding weird? Okay. Ghosts. 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 You think they're gonna keep the history of white peoples perfectly intact? They're erasing our history, book by book, statue by statue, city by city, and now they're in the final stages, country by magnificent country. And don't give me that moved on crap. History's a cycle, not a straight line. We've seen empires fall when they forget who they are. Oh, but religion's gonna save us, right? And Christ is king, but I have to tell you, a race must be protected from alien races and foreign influences. Lane wasn't subtle, and neither am I. Christianity, of course, has its beauty. It's perfect. Christ came with a sword, not a hug, ready to cleave the wicked. But what have we done? Turned it into a doormat. Love thy neighbor turned into let thy neighbor take thy house. Meanwhile, we're bickering. Catholics versus Protestants, Orthodox versus evangelicals. White blood spilling over whose incense smells better. But faith unites us, doesn't it? Unites us? Sure, until it doesn't. Again, look at history. The 30 Years' War? White corpses piled up over communion cups? Northern Ireland. Bombs between kin over crosses? The Balkans. Serbs, Croats, same blood, different altars. And we're still picking up the pieces. Religion's a spark in a dry forest when we're already surrounded by wolves. The family is the cornerstone of the nation, not the church, not the mosque. Family, blood. If you know anything about the Showgun, I don't talk science unless the science backs it up. Studies from Harvard, from migration journals, religious diversity kills trust. It splits us into holy little tribes. Denominations, ring any bells? Has us glaring at each other while our cities are filling with strangers. By 2040, white Americans will be the minority here. We're already the minority in Texas. What the fuck did we fight at the Alamo for? It's over 50% Hispanic now, and it didn't take a war. We just let them in. Our ancestors are rolling in their fucking graves. Oh, Shogun, they didn't know what we know now. No, they knew better. They knew better than we know now. And I'm speaking to you like my brother. I'm speaking to you like my sister. Fuck you, you fucking idiot. I say that with love. All of Europe is maxed. Our birth rates are tanking. 1.6 kids per woman and dropping. Barely a whisper. And the few people that do either get locked up, called racist, swatted, canceled, debanked, put on the no-fly list, can't run a proper business in their own country because they can't have credit card processors. Don't get me started on credit cards with their usury. Meanwhile, the guilt trips pile up.
You're privileged. You're evil. You're evil.
Bullshit! We're rare. We're epic. We're worth saving.
So what's your big fix? Walls and rallies?
Walls? Hell yes. Everybody knows the best defense is a good offense. Borders ain't spite, they're survival. But it's bigger than that. Unity, brother. Not the sappy kind. The gritty, teeth-grinding kind. Drop the holy wars and link arms. Catholic, pagan, atheist. If you're white, you're one of mine. Family first. Strong men, strong women. Kids that know their roots. The roles of the sexes are distinct and complementary. Men build, women nurture. That's not oppression, that's order, natural order. We're not pandas begging for a zoo. We are lions and we have claws. These are sure signs of a dying race. Decadence, effeminacy, and softness. Look around. Pride flags, screen zombies, men afraid to be men. That's not us. We are heirs of warriors, Vikings, Spartans, pioneers. Secure our existence, secure our future. Without us, the world's done. Not because we're better, because we are us. So, stand with me. Stand with your people. Stand with your family. At least love each other enough to be willing to fight. Build walls. Raise families. Get out of the cities. Take back what's ours. We can worry about the rest later. With the precepts as our compass and the words as our vow, we're not fading into the night. We're rising like a damn phoenix. For blood, for soil, and for the West. This has been the Eagle's Edge, brought to you by Founding America, returning America to its once former glory. May Christ the King bless you and the whole of our folk. Good night.
America's a little more complex because, the black people obviously were brought here with slavery, so you can't just be like, they're not American. There's other people that have been here for multiple generations,